everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make your own buffalo checkered pattern door sign. So this is a Christmas sign. I know it's a little early in the season to be doing this sort of thing, but with me having a craft business, I try to do this stuff ahead of time so I have some things made to post to my shop. So while I was making this, I figured I would do a little tutorial and show you guys how you can do your own buffalo checkered pattern door sign by just using painter's tape and red and black paint. So I also have a burlap bow. I did this a few days prior, so I didn't do a tutorial on how I made my bow, but I have some greenery that I just twisted and put along the sides, and I'm using a piece of twine as my hanger. And since this sign is so thick, I'm able to staple the back of this with my staple gun to attach this just so it'll hold up. So now let's get into the video and I'll show you how to make this sign. So I have all of my supplies laid out. I'm using the Scotch, painter's tape, the sharp lines. I got this from my local hardware store. I'm using burlap for my bow. I'm using the Waverly chalk paint, ink black, and the Apple Barrel Real Red. I have a little bit of greenery that I'm planning to use. My wooden round. This is a 10-inch wooden round. I got it from Lowe's. I will be using the chalk technique that I've shown in one of my previous videos for my text. So I have my text printed out on a regular sheet of paper, and I'll show you guys how you can do that as well if you don't have a Cricut machine to cut your stencil. Alright, so the first thing you'll need to do is paint your wooden round solid red. Now that our paint is dry, we're going to lay on our painter's tape. So in order to make sure it's centered, you will start your first line of tape straight down the middle. And to be sure that we're spacing these exactly the same apart, we're going to do a second piece of tape right beside it. And then our next piece right beside that. And then we'll pick up the one in the middle, and then that gives you your space. And then we can use this one as the next spacer. Another piece of tape. So now we have all of our painter's tape down. In this next step, we're going to be mixing our red with a little bit of black, and just try to get a couple shades darker than your original red. So I would say start off with the red and then just add black to it until you get a deep burgundy color. So you'll see this is my original red, and this is this burgundy that I'm going with now. So now we can remove our tape. So now you're going to turn your sign this way, and then you're going to add your tape, your center line back down the middle, and work your way out on both sides. Okay, so now you're going to go with a shade a little bit darker than your original red, but not as dark as this first layer that we did. We're going to go a little bit lighter than that. Okay, so you might not be able to tell on camera, but there's my original red. This is the shade a little bit darker, but not as dark as our burgundy. And that's the color we're going to paint now onto here. So we're going to turn our sign back this way, how it originally was. And we're going to leave all of our tape on there still. And we're going to tape over the lighter squares. So all of your lighter squares are the ones that you're going to tape over this way. So you'll leave the darker squares exposed and tape over that original red that's showing through right here. Now that it's all taped, we're going to paint over our squares with black. Now that it's all dried, here comes the fun part. We get to remove all of the tape. And there you go. There's our buffalo checkered pattern. Now we're going to move all of the paint out the way, and we're going to put on our Merry Christmas text and then do our little bow and greenery on top. So my video wasn't recording when I done this step, so I'm just going to go over it real quick with you guys. So your printout that you have of your text, you're just going to flip over and run a little bit of chalk on the back of it, and then that's what's going to transfer your text onto your wood sign. So you'll just place it how you want it. I put it as low as I could on this sign just to leave me space for my greenery at the top. And you're just going to take a pen and just go along and basically trace along your text. And then once you pull it up, you'll have that text laid out onto your sign. And I know mine looks pretty messy, but you can take a dried cloth once your paint is on here and it's dried and just dust off that excess chalk. So that's no big deal if that, if yours looks like mine and has a lot of excess on there. So now we're going to take our white paint and we're going to trace our text by hand. Now we're going to add our greenery, and I've taken my two pieces and just twisted these together, and I'm going to hot glue these onto my sign. And I have these kind of to the side and then leave an area for my bow to be attached. For a hanger, I'm using the Twine, and I attach it to the back with hot glue, and then I also use my staple gun. The good thing about this wood right here is it's really thick, so I can use my staple gun to attach it. And that's how it turned out, you guys. I think it's really cute. Let me know what y'all think and how yours turns out. And I hope you enjoyed the video.